Welcome everyone to my first ever YouTube Live. I hope it goes really well. This is part of my YouTube channel, and I hope and I encourage all you guys to subscribe to the channel either right now or after this event. It's a space I really enjoy. I enjoy kind of using this to communicate ideas with you guys throughout the year. So I think this past year I came up with I don't know, like 120 different YouTube videos that have all sorts of things, some about gamification, some just good ideas for your classroom. And I really welcome you to that space and want you to, interact and comment and whatnot. I will definitely be using it this year. So thank you guys for being here. I see we got a bunch of people. Hey, Tim, excited to have you. We've been chatting in the Hive a lot. Ryan's here. That's fantastic. Carrie Bacham, one of our speakers, is here. That's fantastic. Thanks, Carrie, for coming. Rose, you made it. I love it. Rose, you were a powerhouse each day. I love seeing you in here. And you definitely had to get dinner ready early, you said. I saw that earlier today so that you wouldn't miss this event. Yeah, so I'm excited to have everybody. We got Valerie here, Megan's here, Captain Nubs. I don't remember you, but that's a sweet name. Lauren Matera, that's hilarious. Thank you for being here, Lauren. So, all right, getting down to business. We have just sort of wrapped up the first ever Hive Summit. We had 9 speakers. I was running the numbers today. We have 2 more days for people to watch, but so far, the amount of hours of content that has been watched by all of you guys added up is a year and a half worth of watching. That is incredible to me. That amount of hours were consumed across the globe about improving their classrooms and really trying to create change in the world. And that's really was my goal for this whole idea with the Hive Summit, was to really create change in your classroom, create change in my classroom, start some discussions. So I'm so glad that many people participated. I think we were in something like 30, I want to say 6 countries, all 50 states. It was fantastic. And I'm just so pleased that many of you interacted. Let's take a look at some more people's comments here. Well, so like I said, I want to sort of debrief the Hive a little bit with you guys and see what you think here on the channel here. So to start with the speakers, we got 9 speakers. Was that, I think, the right amount for our first ever Hive Summit? Do you guys kind of agree? What we got here? Campbell here says they're a few behind. They plan to watch 3 tonight. That's a power night, man. That's like a Netflix binge. I love it. Lance, the videos were great. I really enjoy yours. And a great co-host. I will let Mila know. She was so gracious to do that with me. And she was so fun. And I'm kind of excited that I'll always have that sort of that video memory with my daughter. It was really fantastic. Valerie says the number of speakers were perfect. So the 9 worked out. I felt like that would give you enough time to watch that last speaker before the videos kind of go away. 9 was good. I'm afraid more would stress me out. So I wouldn't want to do that, Andrea. This is about getting you prepared for the year. So no way are we going to do that. Speakers were great. I think 9 worked out great. Yeah, I mean, it was fun to do that one with Mila. So I agree with you, Destiny, there. I wish there were speakers for each day of the month in August. Wow, that would be quite an undertaking. I will tell you, this took 2 solid months of putting things together, between emailing the speakers, recording them, and editing them, working on the website and all the content for that, the emails. I think that would just about destroy me if I had one for each day of August. But that would be awesome, PD. That would be fantastic. Nebraska Hamilton's here. I love it. I met you at Summer Spark. Fabulous conversation during Chuck's trivia night. And that's actually another thing I have on the agenda. Are any of you here people that participated in the breakout, the Hive breakout. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts on that. Nancy, thank you for attending. Like, it's really important to me that we are constantly trying to improve and evolve, and we don't always have the ability to go out and go to PD. So really appreciate you partaking in the Hive. Kimberly's here. Kimberly was sort of the powerhouse marketing for us and the ramp up here for the last like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, moving up to the Hive. She did all those GIFs, however you guys pronounce that. She was the mastermind behind that. Let's see what else we have here. Ooh, we got one. Somebody liked the breakout. It was challenging fun. That was like Chuck that really put that together. And I really think for those of you that did it, it was kind of the secret, the underground sort of 10th session of the Hive Summit, because Chuck came up with something different sort of for each day that you could use in your own breakout. So if you were to just do the breakout, even if you didn't complete it, but just saw what each day's sort of clue led you to, there were so many things that you could build into your own breakout or digital breakout. So while there's still time, I would definitely check that out. The puzzles were fun and useful. Like, I agree, Matt. Like, those are going to be awesome. Rose, 2 months in preparation really paid off. Really impressed by the generosity of the speakers. Take time, share their stories. I still cannot believe it's free. I mean, that's just it, right? Like, you guys, like, it's about changing the world together, and it sometimes we got to just lower that cost of entry and free to make our classrooms better, your classrooms better, my classroom better. Um, it was a pleasure and honor to be a part of that. I love the free, Timmy. Timothy says it was really sweet that it was free. I was so incredible. I agree with Rose. I wish I would have done the breakout. Was any of it covered in the Twitter chat? No. So the breakout really existed in each of the videos. I think all the videos had clues except for 2 of them, and then those clues were found within your the email for that day. So Nancy, I really appreciate you bringing it up. She says also don't forget to make a donation. I will say, sort of just a last plea, while it was entirely free, it is truly, I mean, like, down to my heart, I really do hope that we change. And so you got a bunch of free PD changing your world, changing your classroom. Now I really would love it if the Hive went beyond and helped beyond the Hive. So they're on the Hive Summits page. It says Beyond the Hive. If you click that, it takes you to a donation page where we're trying to collect funds to sort of give out. They're actually micro loans. You don't earn anything on it. Kiva is a wonderful organization that connects you with people around the globe, here in the United States, all the corners of the world, to try to improve their lives, giving them loans for things like school clothes or an investment into their business, whether that means they need to buy some more chickens or whatever the case may be. That small donation from you can make such a big impact globally. And when I think that we have 10,000 people in the Hive, even if you just gave like $1 a video, that's $90,000 we could raise to help change the world. So I really would love it if you guys donated. That would mean the world to me. It goes straight into the Kiva Fund, and we could just really transform the world. And I just think that's super awesome. That's just fantastic. Let's see what else we got here. I got to tell you, from my side, and I love all of you here, it is just a million things flying by here, and it's hard to answer and see at the same time. Let's see. Timothy, thank you for doing what you can to donate. Truly anything. I mean, again, with 10,000 people, a $5 donation is a difference. I'm nervous here doing my first live YouTube event. I've never done this. I got like different panels open, so I really appreciate it. There is a link to donate. Maybe I'll just see if I can drop it in the chat here. I don't know if you'll be able to click this or not. Let's see. Whoop. There you go. So I just dropped it in the chat. That takes you to the donation page. Explains you a little bit about the Kiva Kiva idea. We've already donated to 2 families to pay for school clothes for kids, and it was really fun to give to that. We're at right now at 1725. I think that's fantastic. Uh, Nebraska Hamilton, love that you think that educators are the least judgmental group, because on some respects we're like built to sort of assess and think about how people are doing. We are also a very empathetic group, so I would agree with that. Um, Jennifer Ledford's here. I'm sorry if you were here earlier, I didn't see that. Uh, this is so fun to see all of you guys. These are people that I've tweeted or I've seen outside of Twitter as well. Andrea, let's see. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Andrea. Uh, or is it Andrea? I don't know. I don't want to lose that status of being your new hero. Rose, your donation, like I said, went straight right away to helping a family. I'm working on different tweets where I sort of highlight where some of your guys' money goes, and I'm a little behind on that, but I will definitely be getting that out. Um, all right, so talking a little more about the Hive. So I asked you a question about the speakers. You guys said 9 was the right amount. Uh, My other question is, did you like the side by side format? I got to tell you, this is one of those things that I like scratched my head on and didn't know if I should do that versus sort of a Google Hangout where, like whoever's speaking gets the full screen, then it switches. I thought it wouldn't look as professional doing it that way because sometimes when somebody like clears their throat, the camera switches. So I kind of really wanted the side by side. I also thought it sort of gave a feel of like, I don't know, more intimate conversation. We were both on screen, but uh, I was curious how you guys all would feel about that. Let's see. Loved it. Liking this live format. Greetings from Australia. All right, Joe. Love the side by side. Side by side, like because it was like an interview. Love it. Made it more personal. Yeah, that's what I was going for. So Justin, totally agree. All right. So I mean, it seems like heck yes. Love the side by side. Felt backstage passes. Loved it. I gotta tell you, on like several of them, I had like a summer cold. I don't know how I got it, but on some of them, like I was dying because I wanted to cough so bad, but I'm like holding it in. So if you see any sort of weird sort of facial changes on me, it's I am trying to choke down a cough. So there's a little behind the scenes of the Hive there. Uh, Enjoyed the video on sketch notes, but missed where to go to make my own sketch note. You guys could use any tool you want. Carrie would definitely tell you that. I think she uses one called Procreate on the Apple iPad. But again, I think you could really use anything. When I do sketch notes and participate in her YouTube channel, which again, you guys should check that one out. Heck Awesome's YouTube channel. She does these idea floods where each month you draw. And again, you can do it digitally, you can do it any way you want. My daughter and I, we do it just with some Sharpie markers and a sheet of paper. They love it. And then all we wanted you to do is hashtag it Hive Summit and also hashtag it Hive Sketch. And so many of you participated in that. That was fantastic. Uh, get some tea and honey. That's like so true. But I also like wondered, is it unprofessional for me to be like drinking? Because I'm always on camera. There was no like off camera moment where, okay, the speaker's talking and I can take a sip. So see, like I'm going to do that now. See, like, how does that look? Is that, would that have been, would that have been a little distracting? I don't know. Maybe. No, it's okay with me. All right. So Nancy says, I'm good with that. Maybe next year you'll see me drink all through my summer cold. In fact, I just hope next year I don't have a summer cold. Let's go with that. Makes it normal. That's true, right? You got to like sometimes too clean, too polished. It's a little fake. Uh, Drink up loud. Nope. Just be real. That's true, right? Use a little Tara Martin psychology on me. That was very good there, Richard. Uh, local body. I love it. I may get a sponsor if my drink was labeled. I will say that I was approached by two different companies to sponsor the Hive Summit, but it was really important to me for this first year that it was just about you, the teachers, and not have to be like, I don't know, this was by a teacher for teachers trying to change the world. And kind of like going back to that Kiva Fund, I just think what a story that would be. 10,000 teachers came together in summer to learn on their own time, right? When teachers have their off time and we're kicking our feet up because we only worked 9 months. What a story to be told that like 10,000 teachers came together to improve and then together improve the lives of others. Like, whew, that's just a good story. Best interviewer ever. Does that go to me or does that go to my daughter, uh, Roberto? What do you what do you think? Daughter? Me? I don't know. Fingers crossed. Uh, the format was great. Yeah, no, I do love learning through YouTube. I got to tell you, I started my YouTube channel last year, and I think it was one of the best professional development moves ever because the amount of knowledge I'm gaining on YouTube, some about school, some about cooking, which is a passion of mine. I love it. Like I said, I hope many of you consider subscribing to this channel because this is my favorite way to connect, favorite way to share. So if you liked the Hive Summit and learning in that format, checking out YouTube channels like mine, Carrie Backham, Stephanie, Nick Davis. These are all like fantastic people who put out wonderful sort of blog style content in this more personal way, which I just think is more relational and kind of how we should be. So, uh, where were the bow ties in the summer? Mark's calling me out. I mean, it's summer, man. It's hot. It's hot. So to wear the button down all tight with the bow tie, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I did think about doing it when I recorded on Tuesdays, but then I thought you won't be viewing them on Tuesdays. Then it was too hard for me to decide which video was going to be on Tuesday in the future. So I gave up. I tried, but then I gave up. Thank you for the most minute PD. Wait, did Berto? Oh, your daughter. She was fantastic. I really did love having her interview me. Like I said earlier, I just think that that's going to be so awesome that I kind of always have that. She was so fun. She has appeared in a couple of videos for my YouTube channel. We've done a couple board game reviews. And if you want to check those out, they're on the channel. And the channel, again, is just youtube.com/Mr. Matera. Uh, oh, I also did well. Thank you, Roberto. Uh, yeah, no, I mean, being real, that's what it's all about. It's one of the things I just really like about the YouTube format in general. Uh, without a bow tie, I was just like what? That's funny. Uh, question: who would be someone you would have liked to interview that you didn't? Whoa, Shannon. That's a solid question. I will tell you, I really lucked out. So when I was putting this together, I sent out a bunch of emails to sort of my like first round draft pick, and everyone said yes except two people. So I'm gonna hope that they say yes next year. In fact, both of them didn't say no. They like one actually didn't check their account until after I already had nine, and then the other and they said yes, but it was too late. And then the other one, uh, she was just super booked. So she said, I want to keep her in mind for next year. And I gotta tell you, like I can't tell you the name because I don't want to give that away. But to answer your question, if I could, I would think I would love to sort of add. I mean, this is totally a reach. It's never going to happen. But given your question, I think it'd be pretty awesome to have like a conversation with like Sir Ken Robbins. That would be phenomenal. Uh, Daniel Pink I think would be amazing. I like a lot of his work. So those 2 would be phenomenal, but, uh, those guys are crazy, hard to nail down even when you're paying them, let alone, doing it for free. The lineup was perfect. I really, really loved. I mean, I sat down and slaved away and thought, like, who would I want to put in? And these are the ones I sort of emailed out, and I loved it. It was a great mix from teachers to administrators to tech coordinators to just all around innovative ideas were shared. Very personable people, very inspiring. I loved that the message was sort of similar in all of them. So there was this common thread of like, take a chance, get out there, show yourself, be connected. Um, but at the same time, all of them had their own like kind of angle at that, and it was just a lot of fun. Let's see what else we have. Uh, the way it started and ended was great. Like, does that mean like the Roberto? Does that mean the each individual video, like you liked the intros and the endings, or do you mean like you liked Tech Rabbi at the beginning and you liked Dave at the end? Because also order was tough. A bunch of people were emailing out, "What's the order? What's the order? What's the order?" before the event happened, and I got to tell you, I like set the order of the event something like 4 days, 5 days before the event took place, because it was really tough to try to decide where to put different people in the message. Rose asks, "Where did the bee and the hive theme come from?" Uh, so I've mulled around this idea of changing the world through this sort of digital PD, and when I decided, okay, I'm going to do it, I was playing around with different like graphics, and I'll be honest, I thought of all sorts of different ideas. I thought one maybe centered around my book, like call it like Explore Summit because of my book Explore Like a Pirate. But then I didn't want to confuse people because I didn't want the summit to be just about gamification, while that is a passion of mine and I absolutely love it. Um, and I do think that can change the world as well. But I wanted this to be a conference that's open to sort of all ideas and all people. So I didn't want that. Then I thought kind of like Strobel Summit. If for those of you that attended that this summer, I thought maybe I should name it after myself, Terra Summit, and then that's like seemed really like icky and self promotionally. So landing on the Hive, uh, I had to check all sorts of Twitter handles. I had to check Twitter hashtags to see what was already used, and Hive Summit wasn't really used. There was one Hive Summit something like 6 years ago out in California, a bunch of web developers, but it hadn't been used since. So I thought, well, we could just take over that. So I like the like worker bees coming together. I love. I also knew, Carrie, don't laugh at me. I knew it was a logo that I could sort of create. It was graphically something that I could do because on this scale, I wanted to make sure all images I used were paid for or self created. So uh, not having not having the ability to maybe do other graphics, that was a nice theme. Ismaila, the queen, the queen bee. Well, she is an only child, so there's a bit of there's a bit of that, right? My my ex-wife and I try really hard to sometimes like make sure she's not always at that exact center point, give her a little dose of reality. But no matter how much you try, uh, I think they're still in the center, right? We got huge hearts for our children. Uh, how about a Hive check-in? I'm not certain what that means. A Hive check-in. Carrie's calling me out. You're right. I am creative. I'm just saying, like artistically, I don't always know how to like put things together. I am creative, though. I shouldn't say I'm not. Zach's here. Welcome, Zach. Thank you for making it to the YouTube live. Uh, so Rose, that's a good feedback. I'm gonna jot that down. That you liked the. Rose says she liked the pre-challenges. So this was big for me. I really really put as much thought as one could, I think, into making a digital online conference somewhat feel connected, right? We're a bunch of bees, we're in the hive while we're all doing this PD in our PJs, and I saw wonderful shots of people doing it up at their cabins by the lake and whatnot. I also wanted to have the sensation of doing it together and being together. So those little ideas, those little like things that maybe not all of you participated in, uh, were intentional choices to try to bring us together, from the Hive snaps to the Hive sketches, those challenges, the Hive selfie at the beginning, the breakout. These are all things that I wanted you to sort of feel together. Adam Powley called me and asked if he could do this sort of the live tweet up events. And I was like, yes, that's fantastic. Because I wanted that sensation of all coming together and being there together. The Hive breakout, what a great idea. Like I said, that one, like right away, I was like, that people are just going to feel connected, and you can also learn through that. So I thought that was like just a no brainer. Um, Justin, so you're saying the pre and post was great to keep the buzz going and stay connected. I agree. I will admit, I hope many of you stay on and not unsubscribe from the email, because I'm going to be using that list throughout the year to also give out other great educational ideas, highlight some people from the Hive, highlight some of my own work. So it'll be a nice PD email that you can get, occasionally from me. So I hope you guys stay within that, and also stay connected so that you'll know when upcoming Hive events are going to happen. I thought the graphics were slick. Monica, that is a huge compliment coming from you. And your sketch notes were just so on point and super awesome. Monica like did all 9 of them. When I asked her to do it, I had a different sketch noter and she canceled because of some family situation she had. And I asked Monica like 2 weeks out, or 2 or 3 weeks out, would you be willing to do all 9? And she said, sure thing. And she was in the middle of a move. It was crazy. Uh, so thank you. I mean, I just can't thank you enough for that. I agree, Rose. I'm still looking, Shannon. What is a Hive sketch or a Hive check-in? Shannon says she loved the buzzing bees. Uh, I will tell you, there seems to be endless number of puns you can do with bees. I will admit, going in, I did not think of that, but trying to market for 2 months to get as many people to come to the Hive, uh, there's a lot of puns you can do. Uh, have a great day and time. Where to get? Oh, have a day. So here's Shannon's answer for what it is. Have a day and time where we get together and check in with what we have implemented. I will put that down for next time, if there is a next time. What do we got? Let's see. Hive check in. People come together and debrief. They learned. Rose, there must be an next time. All right, Rose. All right. That is one of the follow-up questions I also have coming up. Uh, love the idea, Shannon. I got it down. Holly, no problem being late. The important part is you're here. I'm so excited to have you here. Uh, let's see. Yeah, no, Valerie, I like this idea that Shannon has about this check-in, and I think there's tools we could use. I have a Zoom account which would allow, I think, up to 100 people into sort of a video chat, and we could definitely use that. And then the software, I think, even allows us to break out into various rooms. So if more than 100 wanted to come, I could sort of create like 4 or 5 rooms for people to come into. I think that is definitely going to be added next year. Maybe with it being 9 days, maybe it would be like every third day there'd be a time. That'd be cool. Yeah, Zoom is totally cool, Tim. Uh, let's see. I have a question. I'm trying to get into videos to supplement with what I'm doing in my classroom. What kind of camera and microphone did you use for interviewing? So my microphone is the same one I use for Well Played. It's the one I'm using right now. It's a Samson CO3. It's a really good mic. I like it a lot, but I gotta tell you, this one's old. I bought it like I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe. Uh, I don't know if that's accurate, but whatever. It's really old. Uh, I would look at, maybe I'll do a YouTube on this, like some equipment people could pick up. There's a good Audio Technica that's both USB and XLR mic. Check that out. That's a really good one. Camera I used was just the one on my Mac. Next year, I'll admit I'm going to use the one I'm using right now, which is actually, oh, Monica, I would love a pass the sketch note style check-in for the Hive. I think that would be like ridiculously cool. It was so hard to try to get all of this together. I have other ideas that never made it to the table. In fact, actually, the Zoom meeting was one that I had written down. But between, like, I had a couple speaking events that I had to travel to, and then I had some friends I hadn't seen in like 9 years come to town from France, and they were here for like 5 days. So when the Hive was actually happening, I couldn't constantly sort of be at the computer. But next year, I hope with some better scheduling, I'll be able to do that. Let's see here. We have Genius. I'm in, Carrie says. I hope that means for the pass the sketch note next year. Um, hmm. Let's see here. It was great to receive feedback from and connect to the extra videos after presentation. Had multiple had multiple fangirl moments during the 9 days. Rose, it is so fun for us speakers, I gotta tell you, to connect with you guys. Every one of the speakers have commented to me that they loved interacting with all of you guys. So really, truly thank you and everybody else who tagged all the speakers and everything and took the time to do that and connect and share out. Because I gotta tell you, we love interacting with you guys. Same here, Rose. Oh, it's a fan. Yeah, I mean, it's so fun to connect, and I love that moment when we connect in person too. That's so fun. Um, some of these people I got to see at ISTE and Summer Spark. USM Summer Spark is fantastic. You guys can put that on your calendar for next year. Ryan, I agree. Joe did a wonderful job. His passion, his enthusiasm was so fun. I had to actually go and make that shirt just for him, that Hoppin' in the Hive. He's the only one that has a non-B graphic. Let's see. I agree, Lance. What did Lance say? If you're thinking about doing it next year, you should. Would you pick the same time of year? Well, let's ask that, guys. I thought August 1st would be really good because at least my whole life here in Wisconsin, being a teacher, August 1st was like when I sort of started back, not like paid started back, not like the year actually began. But that's when I started to go in and clean up the classroom, change my boards, look at my curriculum, decide if there's going to be some major change. So like I thought August 1st, you guys getting PD while you do it would be good. What do you guys think? Summer's time, next summer, please. Love this time of year. Perfect time of year. Before school is best time. I'm already in school, but I liked the timing. All right. Thanks, Valerie. Uh, August worked great for me. Part for me, was grateful to watch the videos, imagine being in the splashdown of the speakers, the passion hearing them present live. They are all fabulous presenters to see in person. I've seen think I've seen every single one of them in person, except I've never seen Rick Wormley in person, but I gotta imagine he's dynamite as well. Um, love the summer online conference. Thank you, Jennifer. Inspiring for the new school year. So that was exactly what I was thinking, just getting us in there, getting us back. So, okay, one of the other questions I have for you guys about the Hive, trying to just figure it all out, was the length all right? They ranged from, I think Sarah's was something like 30 minutes, and then most of them were around the 45-minute mark, and then we had two of them that I think went to the hour mark. Was that okay that there was that kind of variance? Did you prefer the 30 minutes? Did you prefer the hour? Or I guess, did you prefer the variance? What do you guys? Where's Nebraska Hamilton going with Holly and Jennifer? Because I think I want to be there. Where are they going? There's too many comments. Save me a seat. Wherever you guys are going, save me a seat. That would be super fun. You guys are all amazing, fun people. Oh, USM Spark. No need to save me a seat. I will be there for sure. And I can't wait to see you guys. Plank was great. Appreciated that the time reflected their passion on the topic. I agree. So that was kind of like what I was thinking. Like Sarah and I were chatting, and it kind of ran the course for being a connected educator. So that's when it ended, because that was the right time to end it. Rick Wormley could have talked all day. So like it ended when it ended. Variance was good. Thank you, Monica. I think they were perfect for each presenter, differentiated. Ha, right? That's what we're supposed to do as educators. So why not do it here on the Hive? Ryan's headed back to USM Spark. I love it. Really like getting to know all the presenters. Thought the time was organic and loved it. Nice. USM Spark is this awesome boutique conference here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's about 275 people. It's a 2-day conference. It's a steal of a price. I want to say it's like 160 or something. That includes breakfast and lunch. Amazing speakers. They have like 4 or 5 keynotes and 100 some sessions from just dynamic presenters, and I love that boutique feel. I mean ISTE's great. There's thousands and thousands of people, and I love ISTE for like the hallway conversations, but I really don't love it for the PD. I love places like USM Spark where you get to like be in this intimate setting, 20 people to a room ish, and you get to like have lunch with the presenter, like continue those conversations with people, and I think make true and authentic connections. So check it out. Let's see. Uh, all right, so we got the speaking time was good. I like Michael's tomato garden metaphor with Rick Wormley. It's really sticking with me. I will tell you, that was sort of a surprise for me when each day, with every one of the videos, there were times you guys sort of commented and tweeted out things that I said. And I'll admit, in the moment, like I I wasn't thinking about that. Like I was thinking about what the speaker was saying and just trying to respond back to the speaker. So it was kind of fun to see those tweets out every day, like things that I said. It was humbling and kind of funny. Uh, all right, so going back to my list of questions here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe the time is flying. It's already 8:39. All right, so it sounds like you guys all would want this to happen again next year. Sounds like you like the time. Sounds like you like the side by side, the format, the length, blah blah. Breakout was good. Sketch was fine. All right, well, what I want to do is I'm going to give you guys a link here. So I'm going to put it in the chat here. I hope this works. Boop, boop. Error. I guess it didn't work. Let me try preview. Try this one. There you go. Okay, so that link takes you to a giveaway. We're going to do a Hive giveaway here for people that attended this live in the Hive session. So if you go there, fill out that information, and I'll give you a second to do that, I guess. All of a sudden, no one's writing in the chat. So I'm going to assume that you guys are filling that information out. Glad to know it works sometimes, right? Like with Google, you forget to like say people outside your district can answer and that kind of stuff. So we have 37 people here in the chat. 36. Somebody just left when we're about to give something away. That's crazy. Da, 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 da. Oh, Valerie, I'm so glad that you liked all of it. Timothy. Well, I mean, it's better odds for you guys, right? Like, I'm going to tell you that, being the gamification guy. Entered, fingers crossed. Boom. Let's see. We're up to 19 of you, 20. $21. What does Rose say? No problem for the PD certificates. Some people were having trouble getting them emailed to you. I mean, I can't tell you how many email sort of situational problems we had. And what it's come down to is just certain districts block MailChimp, which is what I use. It's actually the largest mail service provider for online marketing. And there's nothing I can do about that. That's like your district. So if you didn't get your certificates, just go to the like get a PD certificate and you get to put in your email. So just put in your personal email. I don't use those for anything. You won't get emails from me to that. It'll just be for your PD certificate. So if they didn't come through, try that. So yeah, on each speaker page, Timothy, you just go and below the video, there's like a stripe that says get PD certificates. You fill out a Google form just like you did to win this prize. And in a short bit of time, it'll email right to you. But you have to do it per video. Oh, okay. You've been getting them. Sweet. I like the better odds. Nice. What are we up to? We are at 33 and we're at 39, 37. Again, you guys are crazy leaving. I'll paste, in case some of you guys just came, there's the link to the form you're going to fill out. So how this is going to work. All right. I am going to randomly pick somebody, and that person's going to win some Hive merchandise. You can pick anything you want, but you do have to be a subscriber to this channel, and you have to follow me on Twitter. Those are both important steps, or else you won't get your prize sent to you. Here we are. Let's see. We're at 34. I am going to draw it now. So here's the fairest way I could come up with, plus sort of what I thought was sort of the most fun way. I thought I would use my Alexa here. Ugh, too many chords.
You are 1.82 miles, 2.92 kilometers.
All right. So I'm going to ask Alexa. Can you see it there? What is it in frame? There you go. I'm going to ask Alexa. Ooh, I got to stop using her name. I'm going to ask her to pick a random number 1 through 35. Well, actually, no, 2 through 35, because the first thing on the column or on the on the row is timestamp, name, and all that other stuff. So I'm going to ask 2 through 35. Whatever number picks, that's the person that won. But you got to be present to win, too. All right. So here we go. Alexa, pick a random number between 2 and 35.
Your random number between 2 and 35 is 31.
Did you all hear that? It is number 31, which is James Wilson. James Wilson, uh, South Australia. Awesome. Uh, get some merch. So, James, I will be contacting you. I'm going to highlight your name here. All right, so James Wilton wins, but we're not going to stop there. We're going to give out another one. So, going to do the same thing. James Wilson, though, you can only win once. So, if your number comes up again, you're just super lucky and you should have played the lotto tonight. All right, here we go. Alexa, pick a random number between 2 and 35.
Your random number between 2 and 35 is 12.
12. 12 is Joe. Awesome. Joe's also from Australia. You guys should totally get together. That's crazy talk. All right, so Australians just sweep it. That's fantastic. So, all right, you two, I'm gonna send you some things to see if you guys can pick those up. I will say, I'm so thankful for all of you guys that took part in this YouTube live. Before we sort of wrap up here, I got two sort of things I want to go over. One, what'd you think of the YouTube live? I've never done one of these. You think it's something that I should probably add to my channel, or wasn't so much your thing? I would love, Holly, I would love to present in Australia. If any of you guys are in charge of picking that, make that happen. Let's see. The format of live via YouTube is something we'll recommend for BC PLN. We talk Sundays during the school year. You like it, love it. You should do live events. Awesome job. Thanks for the live. First time in this environment. I like you that help me connect with people. Any interviews, immediate feedback. Love live. Great way to wrap up things. Awesome. Okay. Thank you for the feedback on my first live chat. I will probably be adding these from time to time on my channel. I will probably push those things out to you guys on my monthly newsletter. So make sure you kind of stay connected to the newsletter, as I have some other ideas planned for all these attendees to the Hive. We're such a powerful group and a great group of educators who are truly dedicated to changing the world, which is my um, last sort of thing that I want to go over, and that is just one more plea / link to the Kiva Fund, because I really want us to try to change the world together. I just think that's such a powerful story to tell, and it'd be really meaningful to me, and I hope it'd be meaningful to you, because together we really truly can change the world, and I think that's just the message I want Hive Summit to have. So, which newsletter, XLAP or the Hive? Great question. They're probably going to be two different newsletters, but I really hope to be using the Hive more this year, mainly because of numbers. I mean, we're connecting to 10,000 people, so as long as you're part of the Hive newsletter, you should be set. You should be good. but I will sometimes use just the XP Lab one. So if you want to be covered on both, just sign up for both. You can sign up for the XP Lab one on mrmatera.com. Did I win? Captain Nubs did not win. Sorry, Captain Nubs. No win. I think I know who Captain Nubs is. Yeah, Monica, we got up to 10,500 people signed up for the Hive. Um, I think I said at the beginning, this stat blew my mind. YouTube gives you all this analytics, and when I saw the watch minutes, and I put the minutes into hours, and then I put the hours into days. Right now, we're sitting, I mean, full 24 hours. Right, I didn't account for sleep. We're sitting at enough watched hours to be over a year worth of people watching. That's crazy to me. So this is the thing, sheer numbers, guys. And that's where I just think we can make such a difference in the world. This PD went out to all of you guys. Now you're going to create change in your classrooms for your students. And with the Hive Kiva Fund, we're going to create change across the globe. It's super awesome. Let's see. Carrie asks, Michael, does the window for donating close or is open for longer? I'm going to admit it's going to stay open for longer because I'm going to probably send out a wrap-up email with a little more donation opportunity there. And I'll probably still leave it open for a while because, I mean, some people are a little behind on the emails and those kind of things got in the way. So Monica says, I was at least 20 of those. You probably had to rewatch and rewatch for some of your drawing. Rose, maybe Mike, you could list the Twitter handles of all the bees who attended the Hive so we can grow our PLN. Maybe the page for them to be identified. Impressive list. Only problem there, Rose, for the better part. So I changed my sign up like partway through, and it was only for like the last chunk that I asked for like your address and those kind of things. So a lot of them, I don't know your email or I don't know your Twitter handle. I wish I could. And Mark, beautiful. I am curious. Did you guys notice on each of the speakers' pages the thumbnail for the video? Did you notice my secret little message there, where it had the little like bee? Seeing if anybody before I say it. Nancy, right? I mean, those dollars could totally grow. It's crazy. Oh, so Nebraska Hamilton. So what it was, it said the speaker's name and then it had it like the honeycomb and it had a bee and then it had the YouTube play symbol and then it had full. So be playful was the hidden message there. Uh, I I love to be mindful. That would be nice, but I had to work with the Google Play button there. So I thought that was nice. Little. I told you, there's like endless puns with B, endless. Well, everyone, thank you so much for being a part of the Hive Summit this year. It it was fantastic having you all, um, and I'm really super excited to connect with all of you throughout the school year. So again, stay part of the newsletter. And I hope you're all subscribed to my YouTube channel. It'd be an honor to learn with you guys. Connect with some of the other speakers' channels. I know Tech Rabbi has a channel. Carrie Bockham has a channel. Also, Stephanie Crawford helped with a lot of the email content and like how it was written. She has a YouTube channel that's fantastic. So check these people out. Uh, it'd be really awesome. So let's connect. Let's be awesome. Let's do it together. I'm going to sign off now, but thanks everyone. Thanks for making a difference and thanks for changing the world. Till next time, peace out.